Pa-call time mo nga, launa.
Ako 9 a.m. Sinabi na yun ni Kuya Jay. Sabi niya, pwede ba i-adjust daw ng ano ko na? Sabi ko, 9 a.m. ka lang, baka malay pa.
Service ka dyan.
Magandang hapon mga kaliga! Welcome to the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, ang liga para sa lahat. Ako nga pala si Fiona Bacani, ngayon yung courtside reporter para sa araw na to. At live po kami dito ngayon sa Marikina Sports Center for a very exciting Thursday doubleheader, especially as we head into the last day of round 1. Now in just a few moments, we will be seeing some action between the Pasay Lady Voyagers who are going up against our defending champions, the Quezon Tangerines. And of course, later on today, we also have the World City College's Marikina Lady Shoemasters hoping to defend their home court against the undefeated Dasmariñas City Monarchs. Once again, we are still live here at the Marikina Sports Complex, so all our games are free for all to watch. But if you can't head on over here at the venue today, you can also catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusapi.com. Your game, your community, join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPBA. And of course, a special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Now, as we head into our first match of the last day of round 1, we're about to see whether the Quezon Tangerines will continue on their winning streak or if the Pasay Lady Voyagers will bounce back from a very heartbreaking loss. We're about to find out, but don't forget to keep it locked in only here at the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.
Denise Puzon and Zen Basilio ang decision makers ng mga kuponan na mapapanood nyo sa ating unang laro for our Thursday doubleheader dito yan sa Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. And on our second day, we are still here live, of course, sa Marikina Sports Complex dito sa Marikina City. And as I've mentioned, dalawang kuponan ang maghaharap ngayong hapon na to. And of course, for our Thursday doubleheader, unang magtatapat ang Pasay Lady Voyagers, of course, going up against Quezon Tangerines. And of course, good afternoon, volleyball fans. Sheila Salaysay together with Jillian Lim. At kanina, napanood yung ating courtside reporter si Fiona Bacani. This is an all-women panel bringing you the action live for this Thursday. Jillian, of course, Quezon Tangerines, tuloy-tuloy yung panalo, while Pasay will try to recover from their loss from their previous match.
Well, definitely. But I think we will see both teams. Nagigil sila manalo today because as you have said nga, the Quezon Tangerines want to continue with their winning streak. Well, itong mga Pasay na gusto lang bumawi mula dun sa kanilang heartbreaking 5-set loss. But nonetheless, very good performance from them. Tingnan natin kung matutuloy ng both teams itong fire sa kanilang
But
mga
before we talk about their previous games, let's look at the standings. At syempre, kung makikita nga natin, itong mga koponan na ito, it's still Dasmariñas on top with, we only have 2 matches left to be played in the round 1. But of course, nabanggit ko nga, it's Dasmariñas on top of the pack.
Yes, Dasmariñas still undefeated nga dito, but following them naman ay ang Binyan Tadakgel Arellano Chiefs, who did get that win against Pasay dun sa kanilang very grueling 5-set match. And then nga itong Quezon Tangerines natin in third, then our Pasay Lady Voyagers. Medyo nagkakadikit lang sila, so their match today will be very crucial sa kanilang standings heading into round 2. Then in fifth, we have the Negros Immaculada Mega Wide Blue Hawks, followed by the San Juan Lady Knights. Then in seventh, we have the World City Colleges Marikina Lady Shoemasters, and ang ating winless team pa nga dito ay ang Caloocan AM Spikers.
And you've mentioned that the games today will definitely have an effect on how this rosters or the standings will shake up. Yan ang titingnan natin ngayong araw. Now let's talk about what happened in the previous game of Pasay. This is a really long game, long match, finishing in 5 sets, Jillian.
Yes, pero makikita naman natin na actually kahit na 5 sets ito, very dikit naman talaga yung laban na pinakita ng both teams. Makikita natin sa total points, isa lang actually yung nalamangan ng Binyan. In attacks, lamang din nga ang Binyan, but Pasay did have the edge in blocking and in aces because sa opponent errors, medyo tabla nga rin sila. And you know what? We did see a great match from Pasay. We will see if may carry nga nila ito as they face the defending champions, no less of our league.
That's correct. Well, we thought that it's a Pasay having control of that game, pero iba ang naging takbo ng laro. And of course, after that grueling 5 sets, we've seen a lot of players really contributed to this game, but there was this one player who really stood above them all, and that's Aiko Ordaz.
Yes nga, si Aiko Ordaz nga dito. Really great showing from her. 19 points, 16 attacks, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Na kumpleto nga niyang ABS, sabi nga nila. But nevertheless, lahat naman sila nag-contribute. We also have Joza May Cabalsa scoring 13 points and Yurika Eslapor adding 12 points naman. And you know what? Pasay really does have this stellar roster. Alam naman natin itong si Aiko Ordaz, former NU Lady Bulldog, also UAAP Rookie of the Year. Kaya let's see if she will help her team bounce back today.
Well, doon ang ganda ng pinakita ni Aiko Ordaz sa laro na ito, and this is her best performance as of yet. But it's still not enough for them to get this win. Pero I know that Fiona Bacani has something to say about Aiko Ordaz.
Angelan, it really was a heartbreaking night for Pasay after falling short in a 5-set thriller against Binyan, and leading the pack was none other than Aiko Ordaz, who delivered an outstanding performance from start to finish. And, you know, Aiko was unstoppable for most of the match, but in the end, it was that one crucial error that cost them the game. After the match, emotions ran high. Many were in tears actually, including Aiko herself, saying na sayang, nasa last point na ako, mali yung desisyon, pero lesson learned na rin yun para sa akin. Now, still, the coaches and teammates praised her efforts, reminding the squad that it's only the first round and there's still plenty of time to bounce back. But as Aiko told me earlier, laban lang, hindi natatapos ang paglalaro sa isang pagkakamali. Babawi ako, babawi kami. Balik sa inyo, Jolan and Sheila.
It was indeed a stellar performance for Aiko Orda, stepping up in the absence of Kim Zon, yung kanilang opposite spiker. But still, Kim Zon is already here. Pero titingnan natin, how will Coach Koya Abanto be able to find the right mix of her players? Napunta naman tayo sa kabilang side. Pag-usapan natin ang naging laro ng Quezon Tangerines, and this was against Marikina.
Yes nga, itong Quezon Tangerines naman, kung ang ating Pasay ay coming from a heartbreaking loss. Ngayon naman itong Quezon Tangerines came from a very dominant win nga against itong mga hosts natin na Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. In total points lamang sila 75 to 45. Attacks, medyo sa blocks, they did not dominate that area, but in aces, bumawi muli sila. And ang kanilang errors ay kalahati lamang nga nitong Marikina, no? So, very relaxed nga itong match that they did have. Of course, they did work hard, pero kita natin that they also enjoyed that match very well, and we will see if they will enjoy again and bring that energy to today's match.
So titingnan nga natin kung magtutuloy-tuloy itong panalo ng Quezon Tangerines. At as we say that, of course, ang daming nga nagiging consistent on this team of Coach Jerry Yee with their usual starters, Sam Nolasco, Ash Leses, Camilla Bartolome. But, you know, there's this girl who really extended or who played extended minutes, and that is Angela Castillo.
Yes, nga itong si Castillo against Marikina scored 11 points, 10 attacks, and 1 ace. Again, you mentioned nga na wala yung mga usual na hitters, mga usual na scorers ng Quezon Tangerines against the last match. But that was a chance for a lot of the second stringers to step up. And yun nga, leading na nga sa kanila was Castillo. Pero of course, hindi rin naman nagpahuli itong si Francis May Flores with 10 points and Sofia Badeon with 10 points. And of course, at the end of the game, syempre ang ating queen of the court ay itong ang nakikita natin sa ating screen na si Angela Castillo.
Medyo naging relax nga itong naging laban ng Quezon Tangerines in their previous match. Pero titingnan natin kung magiging ganun ba ulit ang magiging aura ng kanilang laro. But of course, Fiona Bacani has a report about the Quezon Tangerines.
Now, the defending champion showed up and showed out yesterday, scoring a dominant straight sets victory against Marikina. And this time, it was actually the team's second stringers and homegrown talents who took center stage. Now, with key players resting ahead of a tougher matchup today, the bench players stepped up big, proving that depth runs deep in the Quezon lineup. It was a strong showing of teamwork, composure, and pride, especially for their homegrown athletes. Now, heading into today's match, the team shared that there isn't much pressure. Instead, it's about reigniting that fire to win and continuing to grow as a team. After months of tough competitions in different leagues, Quezon sees this as another step toward becoming stronger and more battle-ready, especially for bigger stages ahead. Now, a solid win, a confident team, and a reminder that in Quezon, everyone can deliver, especially when it matters most. Now, back to you, Jolan and Sheila.
Siyempre, yun yung gugustuhin mo, no? In the team of Quezon Tangerines, their confidence at depth ng roster, yun talaga yung meron sila, Jilan, right? And to all our volleyball fans, apart from watching us live dito sa venue, you can also catch the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community, join now. And powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPBA. And we would like to say thank you to our media partners, Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. Now, can Pasay recover from their heartbreaking defeat and stun the defending champions, or Quezon continue to show their depth? Titingnan nga natin, nabanggit ko kanina, in the previous match of Pasay, wala si Kim Zon, wala si other players na talagang veterans on the team, but it was Aiko Ordas and of course the leader of the anchor, Venice Puson, who did a lot of work and becoming really smart on their match.
Okay, and kita nga natin, as sabi nga sa report nga ni Fiona, parang gigil today si Ordas na makabawi dun nga sa kanyang slight misstep, pero doon sa magandang performance na pinakita niya. So we will see nga talaga kung gaano kagigil itong si Ordas and her entire team to clinch that win against our defending champion.
But titingnan na natin, it's all about consistency and, you know, coping from their loss. Pero mapapanood natin ang laban na ito in a short while. Magbabalik pa rin ang Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.
play
Game!
with Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play
Game!
with Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play
Game!
with Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Presenting the referees for match number 27. First referee, Paul Henry Framil. Second referee, Lawrence Unida. Good afternoon and welcome to the Marikina Sports Center for your Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Our first game features the Pasay Lady Voyagers going up against the Quezon Tangerines. And now, the starting lineup for the Pasay Lady Voyagers. Opposite hitter, number 4, team captain, Sergeant Ia Kimson. Outside hitter, number 6, Sergeant May Pontino de Flem. Outside hitter, number 9, Sergeant Sasha Cabalsa. Middle blocker, number 16, Sergeant Angel Antibusto. Middle blocker, number 22, Chai Papa. Center, number 25, Venice Puzon. And the starting libero is number 26, Petty Officer, 3rd Class, Leia Assumpcion. Head coach for the Pasay Lady Voyagers is Sergeant Camille Abanto, Philippine Air Force. And now the starting lineup for the Quezon Tangerines. At center, number 1, team captain Chin Basarte. Opposite hitter, number 9, Aya Densing. Outside hitter, number 11, Kai Eliases. Outside hitter number 12, Ash Lieses. Middle blocker number 15, Majoy Inocentes. Middle blocker number 21, Zam Nolasco. And our starting libero is number 17, Jessa Doro. Head coach for the Quezon Tangerines is Yohelio Getiga.
And here are your starters for the two teams. It's a tall lineup to begin with Pasay Lady Voyagers. And of course on the other side, hindi naman magpapahuli dito ang Quezon Tangerines.
Again nga, you mentioned the tall lineup. May kita nga natin today if kaya nga bang mag-dominate muli ng Pasay sa net in terms of blockings. Pero alam naman natin,
So we have Venice Puzon, Cabalsa, Antipuesto, Pantino, Papa, Kimzon, and their starting libero is Acepcion. On the other side, Basarte, Inocentes, Nolasco, Lieses, Ash Lieses, then Sing and Dorog, their first libero. As we begin set number 1, Puzon sets it up to Kimzon. Basarte to the middle, blocked. Goes to the other side, rejected. And it's the first point for the Lady Voyagers. Papa finding the floor.
I think may kita nga natin ngayon that both teams are very fired up. Maganda yung energy that they are bringing here today dito sa court natin.
That's correct, Jillian. That syempre kailangan nila yon, especially for Pasay, for them, to have a really good start at makabawi. And as I say that, Papa getting her second point.
Agreed nga dito, we can see na the team is working on all sides ngayon. Nakita maganda yung defense nila so far sa floor, so far sa net. Maganda rin yung attacking nila. Let's see if sa serves din makakabawi sila today.
That's correct. And good. That's a sharp one. Free ball for Pasay. That was rejected pero naibalik ulit. Tries the other side. A drop. Almost. That was read by Acepcion but there was no follow-up. Quezon getting that score.
Yun ang ating first point today ng Quezon. We can see naman na may effort talaga nga doon to get the ball. Pero maganda talaga yung placement eh. Na kahit hindi siya masyadong malakas, but the placement was good, that power tip was good enough.
That outsmarting the blockers of Pasay. One-hand reception for Antipuesto. Basarte goes to the open, down the line. And that's Kylie Lieses putting that point on the board.
Kaya nga dalawa nga yung Lieses natin dito today on court, that is Kai and Ash. Pero ang nag-score ng down the line natin ay si Kai nga. Great, really, yung kanyang timing doon.
Finding that seam on the blockers as Lieses serves. Attack from the back ni Deflem, nakuha ni Basarte. And another cross-court hit. That seemed like talagang open yung defense dito ng Lady Voyagers.
Yes, no blockers there.
That's Densing once again.
Densing just taking that swing in full confidence. Kita mo talaga yung approach niya, yung pagpalo niya ng bola there. Very open, very relaxed, but also with intent talaga yung kanyang pagpalo doon.
It's the same spot for the Lady Voyagers. Kanina pa yon, down the line man o cross court. It was the same open, empty space for Pasay. But in that last attack, that was wide. Kaya naman babalik sa Pasay ang bola. Good first ball. Basarte goes to the middle to Densing but blocked. Open this time and that was a rocket unleashed by Lieses.
At ayun na nga yung sinasabi natin, may kita natin na once Quezon gets their engine going on attacks, talagang mahirap na silang pigilan because their spikers are really top tier dito. Pero we can see naman may effort din naman talaga sa Pasay to try and get those balls. Let's see if they'll get their bearings as the game goes on.
Ang bilis nakabawi ni Cabalsa in that last sequence.
Again, blocking that spiker. If they can't make it on floor defense, I guess they're making it up ngayon dun sa kanilang net defense, which they are known for as a team.
Good first ball. Basarte goes to then sing. This time she was dud. Another play in the middle is a no-go. Puzon goes to the open. Now the Kimzon still up. Attack from the back. Acepcion misreading that hit.
Once again nga, nahanapan nga na naman nila ng butas itong Pasay dito. That ball just sailing over their heads. Medyo nag-hesitate sila dun to get it if it was in or out. Pero I think in these cases, talagang you just have to go for it. No?
Right. Miscommunication this time and the service ace by Densing.
Yun na nga, nagkahiyaan na nga. Alam mo, if you ask a lot of players kung ano yung pinaka-pet peeve nila sa volleyball, I guess they would say it's that. Yung nagkakahiyaan kayo, in the end, wala rin kumuha.
That's right. But communication has to be there. But in that last sequence, Densing committing an error.
Medyo dikit nga yung laban natin ngayon. Pasay at 5, Quezon at 6.
Basarte goes to the open of the block. Kinuha ni Deflem. Drop. Smart move by Cabalsa.
And that was good enough, ano? Really just sailing that ball over the net. At wala ngang kumuha dito sa side ng Quezon Tangerines. Everyone just staring at the ball as nalaglag siya.
A drop, but Acepcion was there. Puzon goes to the Flem. Kyle Yeses not really getting that ball.
That was a fireball nga, ano. Talagang, they got their hands under it. Yeses got her hands under it. Pero nga, dahil dun sa force nga ng pagpalo, well, it just sailed away.
First point from a slide. That's a Zam Nolasco.
Yeah, we can see here nga talaga, maganda yung connection nga itong ni Nolasco with Basarte. Talagang the tempo was there.
Puzon goes to Pantino de Flem. Gets the score.
Yun na nga. And this is the first time that Pasay has led in this set.
That's the second point earned by Pantino de Flem as we head on to our first technical timeout. It's the Lady Voyagers on top by 1.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy! Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Still watching the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now for twins Kai and Ashley SS, volleyball isn't just a sport, it's a shared passion that brings them even closer together. Grade 4 nga lang daw sila nung sabay sila nangarap at nagsimula, and since then, the court has become their second home. Now for them, it isn't just about teamwork, but the unspoken connection that only these twins can understand. Sabi nga sa akin ni Ash na masaya siyang kasama niyang kapatid niya kasi iba raw ang pakiramdam at sobrang nakakagaan ng loob. Now, being away from family isn't an easy feat. Kaya napakaswerte raw nila kasi hindi sila mag-isa. Lagi pa nga raw sila magkasama sa school, sa sports, sa lahat. And together, Kyle and Ash prove that when you play with heart and with family, every game feels just like home. Back to you, Sheila and Jelan.
And thank you so much, Fiona, for that wonderful report nga dito sa connection between the Lieses sisters. They have been playing good so far, and may kita nga natin if that connection will shine today as they are both on court.
Well, so far, both of them already have scores in this part of the match, and they have been consistent as well in their previous games dito. And that's what you will love. Ang sarap siguro sa pakiramdam na ka-teammate mo yung kapatid mo on the floor, no? And well, it's also extended time for them, hindi lang sa bahay, pati na rin on the floor.
Exactly nga, parang nagiging bonding time na rin as family na yung time here.
But Inocentes, just, hitting that cross court, instant response. Too fast for Acepcion to get. Basarte almost an ace, but this time Pasay trying to get a point. Rejected at the net. Basarte goes to Dancing. That's long.
And ayun nga, kita natin si Dancing here has been really taking a lot of attacking chances ever since the game started. And she has been effective actually for the Quezon Tangerines so far. So let's just hope she shakes those early nerves in the game off, no?
Mag-shake na yan for sure, but service ace para kay Venice Puzon.
Right dun sa corner. Ganda ng placement nga ng bola niya. As you can see, ayun na nga. Hitting the corner. Sabi nga ng Quezon Tangerines, sayang. Kita mo sa mukha nila, no?
Then Sing from the open with a drop. Nabasa yan. Puzon goes to the open and rejected. And it hit the face back. That is Floris Papa.
Don't worry guys, she's alright. All smiles pa rin naman siya dito. She also has been taking a lot of scoring opportunities since this game started. And kita naman natin, sabi niya, okay lang yan guys. Let's get more points pa rin.
That's right. Bawi naman sa likod. Off the block. Fearless setup and you see quick set yun pero sobrang quick. Hindi na nakareact agad itong Lady Voyagers.
Good reaction here talaga from the Quezon Tangerines.
Antipuesto.
Si Inocente.
Yes.
Innocentes talaga. Great
Yes.
reflexes there.
Good. And the Antipuesto was delayed to even guard or block the net. Then Sing, Acepcion was there. Free. Oh, that's Crisostomo de Libero of Pasay. Inulit ni Densing and finding the line.
Parang yung intention dun talaga ni Dancing was to really put it dun sa ating line, ano. As you can see talaga, she just pushed that ball down.
Magaling lang siya talaga magkalkula. And this is the first timeout called by Coach Koy Abando. Let's listen in.
Maganda receive nila. 90% sa kanyang bola. Ha? Malakas ba yung jump serve? Isang ikot lang, isang ikot lang.
Alright, and that was yung sinabi nga ni Coach sa ating mga Pasay na yung kailangan lang nila to work on their reception na wag matakot dun sa malalakas na serves na binibigay nga nitong Quezon Tangerines, ano?
And of course, they also have, sabi, kargahan yung service nila. Diba? At automatic daw yon if maganda yung receive ng Quezon, pupunta sila kay Densing, which usually, she is now the high percentage spiker. At Floris Papa, bumawi from her error earlier.
Effective ang timeout nga natin dun, ano?
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. The first ball, Basarte goes to the middle to Densing. Triple block, pero merong coverage atong Quezon. Kimzon tries with a drop. Almost. Si Basarte ang nagbalik. Puzon, didiskarte. Papa off the block. And that was an easy attack by Densing.
Ano nga ba sabi ni Coach kanina na pag may opportunity, they will let Dancing score. And you know what? She delivers.
At alam niya, kung nakita mo, bago niya paluin yung bola, she had that a second to look at kung saan yung butas dito ng Pasay. Running attack off the block is a no-go for Pasay. Nolasco was denied. Densing tries and that goes long.
Yan nga, nakita natin. Dancing, mula kanina pa, I think gusto talaga niya ipwesto yung bola as strategically as possible dun sa court. She did try to aim for the end line there and konti na nga lang papasok na yung bola but unfortunately that time, medyo napalakas lang konti.
Yes. I'm sure babawi yan. Papa gave up an error.
Kaya nga, Pasay trying to kargahan nga na yung mga serves nila. Kanina they were serving floaters. Now, mukhang they're trying to push for more forceful serves nga dito.
That's right, as Puson sets this one to Deflem. Almost getting a point. They'll try once again. Kimzon will not get a point. Nolasco was dug. Off speed for Deflem. Long rally. But Kimzon asking for a check and there was none.
That ball sails out. Kita nga natin, iniwasan nga agad ng side ng Quezon Tangerines. Nabasa na nila that spike was going out because yan nga yung hirap sa mga long rallies na to. Yung gigil mo. Minsan gusto mo na lang to score the point pero dahil sa gigil mo na yun, hindi mo natitimpla yung palo mo.
That's right, but that giggle earning Pasay Voyagers a point courtesy of Pantino Deflem. At isa nga ito ang partner dito ng Air Force, Pantino Deflem at saka itong si Kimzon. Makikita mo marami sila mga content sa social media. And they've been teammates for a while now. So, yung connection talaga nila nandun. And they're actually two of the more experienced players on the team. Meanwhile, back on the floor, Nolasco tries. And that's a yes for Quezon.
Again, great effort nga mula dito kay Acepcion. But that spike, just a bit too quick.
And Nolasco getting their 16th point. Pupunta tayo sa ating second technical timeout. They are leading by 1, 16-15.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
To our volleyball fans, you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Powered by Smart, also the official telco partner of the MPBA. At maraming salamat sa ating media partner, Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. At kung kayo ay walang ginagawa, this afternoon you can come and watch the games live. Nandito po kami sa Marikina Sports Complex dito sa Marikina, and we see the first appearance of Aiko Urdas.
Great nga, as we recall, Aiko Urdas nga, their top scorer from their past game. Best season performance din niya yung naipakita nga niya doon sa 5-setter nila noon. Kaya let's see if may tuloy na yung momentum niya today.
Oh, that's Cabalsa and Semana connection. Partida, hindi pa ito yung full roster ng Voyagers. You still have Eslapor. Siya naman ang top scorer in the previous match. We also have Astilia and Cosmod and Flora not playing yet for Pasay. But now, substitution, Cabalsa's out, Eslapor checking in. We are tied at 16. Great anticipation at the net by Pantino Deflem.
Again nga, we have been mentioning her name a lot of times here in this game on attacking. Napakagaling nga niya with that experience. Pero I guess it is that experience that also gives her those reflexes na makita where the ball is going and to just decide, to just hit it down.
That's correct. Good first ball. Nolasco on top of the blockers. Did not work. Setting this one to Deflem. And sarado po ang bangko. Sabi ni Nolasco, that was a solid blocked at the net.
Deflem deflected there.
Yes.
Nga, kung nakita nga natin na si Densing ang top scorer or ang laging pumapalo dito kay Quezon, mukhang si Pantino Deflem ang gumagawa para dito sa ating Pasay.
Yep.
Ano?
This time, Arco Ordaz almost getting that point. Semana pupunta kay Pantino Deflem, and that is just too strong. And she knows mali yung pagkapalo niya. She was underneath the ball in that setup.
Medyo hindi nagtugma lang doon nga yung angle and yung timing ng set.
That's right. Semana. Combination play, but nagkaroon ng confusion ata dito. Aiko Ordaz tries and getting her first point on the board.
Yan, off the hands hit there by Ordaz. Yan, may kita naman natin, she saw that block. Pero sabi niya, walang problema. Makakascore pa rin ako, and she did.
Basarte, combination play. At basang-basa yan ni Antipuesto.
Yun nga, Densing trying to get her hands to cover that ball. Pero in the end, hindi rin naiangat ang bola. Great serve there actually by Pantino Deflem.
Correct. Attack from the back. Didn't work. Ordaz tries again over the blockers. Basarte. Bibigay kay Densing, but Deflem was there. Papa cross court, finally ending that rally.
Yeah, and again, we're hearing her name here, si Papa. She was very active yung mga first minutes of the game, and ngayon, tumutunog nga ulit ang pangalan niya. Great cross-court spike there talaga. Fireball.
That's right. At nakita natin no, yung depensa at opensa nitong dalawang koponan na to. Hindi naman talagang nakikita natin, it's really a battle of actually its experience, of course, versus a younger squad. But so far, maganda ang ipinapakita ng dalawang koponan na to. But still, the Lady Voyagers having a 2-point lead at this part of the match. Pantino Deflem still serving. 20 serving 18. Basarte with a drop. Nabasa ni Ordaz. Semana sets to the open. But it was a dug by Dorog. Chansa para sa Pasay. The second time around, same spot.
That is good for Papa. That ball goes in. She, yung natatandaan natin, yung huling score niya was again that kind of angle, ganong tira. I guess they're going for the end line nga nitong Quezon Tangerines kasi medyo walang nakabantay sa kanila dun eh.
Basarte to the middle, and she is rejected. Block point earned here by the Lady Voyagers. At lumalaki na nga ang kalamangan nila, starting to pull away. Substitution on the side of Quezon. Inocentes is out. Apat ang kalamangan ng Lady Voyagers. Basarte to the middle. And too wide for Bartolome.
And we're seeing Pantino Deflem go on a service run here. Her serves being heavy, being very effective into sending this Quezon Tangerine team into medyo confusion pagdating sa kanilang first ball. Ano?
Basarte goes to Densing from the back. Solo block by Papa.
You can see that celebration, well-earned talaga. She read that block, she jumped for that block, and you know what? She did get that block point there against Densing. Just putting her hands up there straight, getting them high enough was good for
That's
the team.
correct. A service ace and aggressiveness equals Pasay Lady Voyagers wins set number 1. It was a seesaw battle, no? Nag-umpisa itong set na to, Jillian. But when it went to the 20s, that was when Pasay Lady Voyagers starting to step on the brakes. And they got the first set. Set number 2 when we return.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
25-18 at nakauna na nga dito ang Pasay Lady Voyagers, Jillian. You know, when we begin set number 1, nakita natin yung palitan ng puntos when it comes to the offense and defense. But still, pagtungtong ng 20th point, dito na, umarakada na ang the Lady Voyagers.
And I think that is huge thanks nga sa service, sa heavy service ni Pantino de Flem. Ever since pumuesto siya sa service line na yun, hindi na talaga nakapuntos itong Quezon Tangerines natin.
No, yes, go ahead.
But of course, aside from the heavy service nga ni Pantino de Flem, we also have the attacking ni Papa, which has been razor sharp actually since set 1 started.
That's correct. Well, she did, I think, 5 to 6 points at the first set. And ang dami. There were 5 players para dito sa Lady Voyagers who already contributed scores. On the other side naman for Quezon, we have Densing also leading Tangerines when it comes to the scoring points. The Liesa sisters also got points as well as Nolasco. But when we look at the numbers, Jillian,
again nga, we can see here na dikit naman actually sa attacks, dikit din naman medyo sa blocks, sa aces. Actually, dikit din, pero I think it's the errors dito na pwedeng bawasan pa nitong Quezon Tangerines
that's
natin.
correct. Yun yung tumulong sa Lady Voyagers to with set number 1 as we start the second set. And again, it's Densing getting their first score on the board. Basarte serving a sharp one. Who's on? Goes to Kim Zon. Is a no-go. Dorog sets this one to Densing. Blocked.
Pero yun nga, I think at this point in time, medyo nagiging predictable na nga that they will, Quezon rather, will set the ball to Densing to give her the points. Kaya naman, talagang basang-basa itong block ng Pasay sa kanya.
Antipuesto on deck. Doro with a good first ball. Basarte goes to the opposite down the line. Ash Lieses contributing a point.
Yan nga, one half of the Lieses tandem here today on court. Ganda ng kanyang down the line. We've been seeing actually itong mga down the line attacks, particularly from the Quezon Tangerine side, ano?
Yan, nakikita na nila na butas yung down the line. And it's easy for them to hit that. But that down the line attack is different as it went long. Ball goes back to Quezon.
Pasay trying to replicate how Quezon scored that last point, pero that ball sailing out.
2-point lead by the Tangerines. This is Ash Lieses. Puson goes to the open. Doug. Pasarte to Densing with a drop, and that is out.
We have been talking nga actually about how good itong si Densing, yung kanyang court vision, na I think her weapon is really ball placement. We saw good effort from her trying to just bend her wrist a bit to snap that wrist, to place the ball away from the blockers, pero naging away din from the court.
Yes. Smart player itong si Densing, as well as the others. Basate getting the first ball. Dorog setting this one to Densing off the block. Acepcion to Deflem, and there's a whistle called against the Tangerines.
We have said nga na itong errors ng Quezon Tangerines ang nagpatalo sa kanila mainly nung first set. And we are seeing another one from them nga dito ngayon. Perhaps we would like to see more composure from their team as a whole. Kasi pati yung mga out-of-system plays nila, medyo may pagka-scramble dun eh.
That's right. Acepcion giving it to Kimzon. Short free ball for Quezon with a drop. And that's not a pancake save. Ibibigay sa Quezon ang bola.
Taking advantage of the chaos on the other side of the net there to just drop that ball.
But let's hear this report from Fiona Bacani.
After dropping the last set against Pasay, the Quezon coaching staff stepped back and let the players take charge of the huddle to talk, to regroup, and to find a way to bounce back. Now, our seniors stepped up, saying, "Effortan lang natin guys, don't wait for others. Wag nating hahayaang bumagsak ang bola. Wala nang sisihan, alam naman natin na tayo ang tinitira, kaya be ready." Ay naman, dagdag pa nila na matatangkad talagang blockers ng Pasay, kaya sipagan pa sa coverage. The last set, tapos na yon. Kaya naman nila dumikit. Dumidikit na sila kanina, pero wag lang kayo susuko at sipagan pa natin, sabi nila. Now, the message was clear. Trust each other, stick to the system, and keep showing us the reason why they're the defending champions. Back to you, Jalan and Sheila.
Thank you so much, Fiona. Nabanggit mo nga itong tall blockers ng Pasay, but the Quezon Tangerines are finding ways around it. Tooling nga itong hands na to. But for this point in particular, that was a no-go.
Well, ang ganda na naging combination play ni Basarte dito. Then Singh goes to the middle, and Nolasco hitting supposedly a back quick. But the blockers, Cabalsa, reading where that ball will go. And of course, then Singh attempted to get a point. Unsuccessful, and another block. Didiskarte ang Pasay. Deflem cross court. Angat kay Dorog. Down the line, and ganda ng palo, but that went out.
From our end, ano, that looked very good nga. Yung power and speed actually ng ball was really great. Talagang parang naging blur na nga siya.
At yung bilis eh.
Ayun lang. Sumobra lang ng konti.
Tries the other side, and Katarig adding a point to Quezon, and she just came in. Ito naman, ito ang veterano sa Quezon Tangerines. In their last match, she also did a lot. She was the queen of the court, at ang ganda nung naging performance niya. Tansa! But that is an error, rare error committed by Quezon.
Yeah, Nolasco apologizing for that misdig. right there. She had good intentions trying to just sail it over the net, pero sumabit siya sa net, ultimately.
That's right. Who's on getting that ball? Dorog. Off the block, nandun si Deflem. Who's on goes to the back. Cabalsa. Dug up by Katarig. And, well, there was a hesitation a bit from Nolasco, but still, she was able to pull through.
Making up for that error there earlier. And nakita nga natin may hesitation sa approach niya. She wasn't able to jump that high, but given her height, that was still good enough.
Maganda pa rin ang timing. Who's on? Bigay kay Deflem, off speed, did not work. Yeah, too low of a setup.
Now we're seeing that same thing happen again, although this time it has become unsuccessful. Parang medyo nga may hesitation, may pagkaalanganin doon sa pag-set kay Nolasco for these past few rallies.
Muntik na, but that's an error. And that service error given up by Pasay sends Quezon Tangerine to their 8th point at sa ating unang technical timeout.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy! Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You're still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, and you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Kaya naman join now. And we are also powered by Smart, the official telco partner. At maraming salamat sa ating media partner, Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. And this is the first game of our doubleheader for today. Pasay Lady Voyagers and Quezon Tangerines. Pasay winning the first set. Pero Quezon ang lamang at this part of the match. On our second set, Sam Nolasco serving. Wala na akong masabi sa ganda ng setup na yon kay Papa. And every time she's given that opportunity, she doesn't waste it.
Agreed. As we can see, perfect play executed there by the Pasay Lady Voyagers because of that easy serve. Ngayon, that's the problem when you give easy serves. You give the opposing team a chance to set up a play like that.
Lalo na kung maganda pa yung naging first ball, no? And Papa once again smashing that in the court of Tangerines.
Kaya siguro Papa, no? Kasi alam mong papalo talaga siya. And she will hit it hard.
That's correct.
We have been seeing excellent cross-court spikes dito from Papa ever since set 1. Very effective in targeting tong butas sa Quezon Tangerines.
At saka mabigat yung palo niya. But that time, Papa seeing or blocking that attack from the Katarik. But not this time. There was a whistle called against the Lady Voyagers. Violation. Net touch. Against Kim Zon as Basarte on deck. Good first ball by Crisostomo. To Kim Zon off the block. Doro gives this to Katarig. And she finds the line. Another point earned for the Tangerines.
Pasay thinking that ball was going to go out. Kita mo, iniwasan nila actually. They saw it coming, but they made the decision na iwasan siya. And unfortunately, this time around, it was a leave.
Sharp serve. Papa gets off the block and still earning another point this time. A brainy move from her part.
It's actually the same move that she has been doing, but it has been so effective. That cross-court shot targeting itong parang gray area, kumbaga, kung saan nagkakaiwasan, nagkakahiyaan itong Quezon Tangerines to get the ball.
Katarig was rejected. Attack from the back did not work. Puzon saves it. And an error committed by Kimzon from the back. Oh, that's anti-puesto.
Ganda nga dun sana ng pitik dun sa cover, but unfortunately, that last ball naman yung sumabit ultimately into the net. Well, good effort and good awareness pa rin talaga sa side ng Pasay.
Ashley as it serves. Cabalsa with a strong hit and went out.
Off the block there, kita mo talaga tumupi. If you could see yung approach niya, yung pag-spike niya, talagang tuping-tupi yung kanyang katawan doon. She really hit it with all that she can, and she did get the point off the blocker's hands.
Dor, we get a good first ball. Basarte to the middle. Nabasa ni Puzon. Acepcion sets it up to Kimzon. Basarte pupunta sa open. Papa from the back. Dug up by Basarte. Dorog to Katarig. And that's a good read by Venice Puzon.
But unfortunately, it did not touch any of the players on the other side.
Side at 12. Papa on deck. Too long for Pasay.
Sa ngayon nga, dikit pa rin ang ating labanan. We have been seeing the same pattern din naman in set 1 na start hanggang mid ng match. Both teams really just rallying the ball. Palitan lang talaga.
That's correct. Another strong hit given up by Kimzon. Consecutive errors giving easy points to Quezon. Inocentes serving. Puzon goes to the big quick. Cabalsa was blocked. Pupunta kay Deflem. Off the block, nandun si Basarte. Katarig tries. And hindi na yan nahabol ni Crisostomo. Tatlo na ang kalamangan dito ng Quezon Tangerines.
Pasay actually seeing that move from Katarig, but the blockers were just a bit too late to that. And because of that nga, instead of blocking the ball, yung nangyari patuloy, nag-ricochet sa kamay nila itong spike ni Katarig.
Puzon goes to Cabalsa, too low. Just hitting that towards the net.
Good intention there, good tempo, pero yun nga lang talaga, the height of the ball over the net was not there para makontrol sana nung hitter as they would like to.
Second technical timeout, lamang ang Quezon.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. And the MPVA is powered by Smart, the official telco partner, and special thanks to our media partner, Smart Sports at Puso, Pilipinas. Back inside the Marikina Sports Complex, Sheila Salaysay, Jill Lim, and Fiona Bacani bring you the action. First game of our doubleheader. Lieses sets it to the open, and that one is the sister from one Lieses to another.
Kyle Lieses celebrating that point that she got, just forcing that ball through the blocker's hands there.
Good first ball. Kimzon to the Flem. Off speed did not work. And that solo block is a point for Pasay.
Everyone holding their breaths in anticipation. In ba yun? Out? Nakita natin nagtigil yung parehong team eh. Pero in the end, that ball was...
There was no one left on that part of the court for the Tangerines.
Ang bilis din kasi nung balik ng bola, eh. Saradong-sarado yung blocking actually eh.
The veteran Semana already on the floor. Combination play pero nabasa yan ni Semana. Urdas will try and successful in that hit against Sam Nolasco.
Great celebration there by her teammates as Urdas gets that ball. Talagang parang nag-waterfall dun sa kamay ng mga blockers, no?
Basarte to Katarig. Dug up by Acepcion. Papa from the back. Katarig tries. Easy with a flick of a wrist.
Kitang-kita mo talaga yung pag-bend yan ng wrist. The ball really just crashing down into the court nitong Pasay Tangerines.
Tingnan mo yung swag dito ni Katarig after that. Ganon ang galawan talaga ng mga veterano.
Just cool, calm, and collected
Yes.
talaga this whole game.
Pasarte to the open. Down the line. Picked up by Semana with a drop by Cabalsa. And that works for Pasay.
You know, I actually don't know if yun talaga yung intention ng Pasay there when they got the ball over. Pero yun nga yung sinasabi natin dito. It's just important to really just get every ball you can. Just carry it over the net. Ano?
And on your screens, that was this game's community camp powered by pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Dami nating fans dito. Syempre, hindi lang. All ages, all age brackets, and those are our volleyball supporters.
And you know what? I think that also is reflected dito sa court. We have a mix of new, fresh faces. We have a mix of veterans here. And you know what? That all works talaga to the advantage of the team. Kung alam nila kung anong klaseng timpla ng players yung ilalagay nila on court.
That last frame, a young player with a veteran move, Sam Nolasco. And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now.
Running hit from Nolasco, really good. Ano? You see talaga yung approach niya.
Basarte to the open. Two blockers, no problem for Yeses.
You can see she knew that was a good hit.
Ganda nung adjustment. And there was a gap in between the blockers. Timeout dito. Ang Pasay, pakinggan natin.
Bukang-buka. Dalawang bola yung makakadaan. Ha? Ipatong nyo lang sa ibabaw ng net. Ipatong nyo lang. Sige lang, ano lang tayo. Pasa lang ulit tayo. Lima lang. Ah!
Coach Koya there with some instructions para sa adjustment ng blocking nga nitong Pasay. Just telling them to actually just get their hands over the net. Medyo ibuka ng konti because nga yung huling points that were scored against them were because of gaps in their block.
Yes, and ito ang nagiging problema ngayon ng Voyagers, yung kanilang depensa. And good pickup right there by Crisostomo. Deflem tries. Basarte goes to the middle. And finally again getting a point is Sam Nolasco. And they just continue to get points.
Nolasco and Basarte really improving their connection as this game went on. Nung una nga medyo shaky pa yung mga quicks na binibigay ni Basarte kay Nolasco. But so far, so good.
Aiko Ordaz will try. That's too low.
Great effort there nga sa paghabol ng bola. But ultimately, that set, that emergency set, kumbaga, did not take effect.
The lead of Quezon Tangerines is huge now. And Pasay Lady Voyagers using their second timeout.
Spiker. Yung out opposite niya nandito. So pwede ka na maglagay dito. Ha? Bukas na yan. Babaan nyo lang. Hey, block lang ulit. Kaya mo yan. Paltokin mo agad.
Hey, Pasay! Airport!
It's a 7-0 run here for the Tangerines.
Nagpapakita na nga yung dominance nitong Quezon na nga. At first, parang there was a lot of hesitation on their side of the court. Maraming tinginan, maraming balls na nalilet go nila. Pero now, I think they are locked in. And they have really been revving up their engine.
Semana goes to the Flem still. Blocked. Chance for Tangerines. Basilio goes to the open and the SS continues to get more points from the open.
Really great hit there by Lieses. Yung bigat nandun talaga. Acepcion got her hands under it, pero that ball was just too fast.
23 serving 15. And on deck, we have a Kyle Lieses. With a service ace. At ganun-ganun na lang, it's a Tangerines now at set point, Jelan.
Ang ganda nga. Parang walang kaba yung pag-serve dito ni Kyle Lieses.
Quezon Tangerines cannot be stopped at this part of the match. Semana, bibigay kay Urdas with a drop. And that's a set point save.
And the Pasay Lady Voyagers live again for another point for our set 2 here.
Papa, Antipuesto, and Urdas. Front line for Pasay.
Medyo malayo-layo pa nga itong hahabulin ng Pasay, but look who we have here at the service line.
Antino de Flem. A drop and an easy effort para dito kay Sam Nolasco, just maximizing her height and seeing that hole on the court of the Pasay Lady Voyagers. This is a more aggressive Quezon Tangerines as they take on set number 2. Easy one for Sam Nolasco. 25-16. We are now tied at 1 set apiece.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
16:25 at na dito nakaunang Quezon Tangerines became more aggressive towards the end of set number 2, Jillian.
So Quezon Tangerines just showing their dominance nga here in set 2 once the momentum shifted to them. Talagang hinawakan na nila at hindi pinakawalan. We have a lot sa kanilang team na gumagawa talaga from floor defense, net defense, attacking all good nga talaga. And we can see here sa ating screen just how gigil itong dalawang teams. They want to get that win today because it will affect their standings considering na very close sila sa ating rankings. But let's take a look dito nga sa kung ano nga ba nangyari sa set 2 natin. As we can expect, Quezon Monarchs really dominating in attacks. Pero ang Pasay nga dito has the edge on blocks. Let's see if that story will continue dito sa set 3 natin.
It was Quezon Tangerines, Kyle Yeses, earning their first point on the board.
And this Lieses duo just being very effective on the floor today for the Quezon Tangerines.
And also consistent dahil nakakuha sila ng puntos every set. But after getting their first point, nagpamigay naman agad because of their error. Antipuesto on deck. And service ace.
Talagang kitang-kita mo, if you are here right now dito sa Marikina Sports Complex, you can see just how that ball sailed through the air. Napakagandang floater ngang itong binigay ni Antipuesto.
Basarte. That's a not. Puzon will try. And that's Papa. Just smashing it cross court.
Lightning strike there by Papa. Talagang nag-blur yung bola.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now.
Papa just so good at those cross-court shots. Talaga na nahahanap yung butas.
And mas kargado, mas mabigat yung palo ni Papa. As I have observed comparing in their previous matches at ang ganda pa ng kanyang timing. And eto na nga, Papa already with 11 points at this part of the game. And Cabalsa with 7. Para naman dito sa Quezon Tangerines, 7 points para kay Nolasco at Densing. Densing medyo nag-slow down at this part of the game. Pero pakinggan muna natin itong report from Fiona Bacani.
After taking the first set but falling short in the second, the Pasay Lady Voyagers gathered in a crucial huddle and coach didn't hold back. Nakaisang set pa lang tayo, ang bilis nyo namang sumuko, sabi niya. Wala tayo sa one-day league, kailangan makatatlong set tayo. Now it was a wake-up call to stay locked in to keep the energy from the first set. Coach reminded them that their opponents won because they stuck to their game while Pasay adjusted too much. Hindi naman kailangan every time ipapaalala sa inyo ang dapat nyong gawin, sabi ni Coach. Bawi tayo, enjoy lang. May receive naman tayo, kailangan lang magtulong-tulong. Kaya naman ngayon, all out na tayo. Now with those words, the Lady Voyagers reset their focus and right now they are ready to fight back point by point. Back to you, Jaland and Sheila.
That is possible na makahabol sila because Estapor earned at another point just like that. She just came in. And you know, this girl is also one of the constants dito ng mga Pasay Voyagers. And that's a lucky break para dito sa Pasay.
Celebrating that point nga doon, they just let that ball sail over the net. Pero unfortunately nga, or fortunately for them rather, the Quezon Tangerines were caught off guard dun sa sudden decision na ginawa nila.
Nolasco over the blockers was done. Hindi yun naabot ni Puzon.
Great effort there to keep the ball up, pero that hit was just too strong.
4 serving 6. And this is Kyle Yeses. Puzon. Kay Eslapor. Dug up. Nolasco from the middle did not work. Papa from the back. A slide is out, but there was a check according to our officials.
As that slide hit good for Nolasco. She has been taking advantage of her height nga dyan sa net. We have been seeing a lot of quicks from her, also these running attacks from her, and they have been effective.
Just utilizing her height in that last frame as Puzon gives this to Eslapor. Full swing is a no-go. Papa from the back and showing her version of a deep swing.
Papa just hitting with so much confidence and composure dito as the sets go on. Talagang you can see not only nandun yung bigat, pero nandun din yung ganda ng placement ng bola niya, no?
Basarte to Nolasco. Excellent effort here for Pasay. A slide did not work. Who's on to the middle? And teamwork and connection displayed right there between Antepuesto and Puzon. Antepuesto para very grateful at naitawid niya yung setup na yon. First technical timeout. Tingnan natin yung adjustment. Nolasco was just too far from the net to guard that offense. 8-5 is the tally. Pasay on top.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You can catch all the games of MPBA live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPBA. And thank you to our media partner Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. At gusto namin din magpasalamat kay Mayor Man Chodoro, kay Councilor Coach Elvis Tolentino, World City Colleges, Marikina K9, of course, Search and Rescue, and to Magic 7 Sportswear. And if you have time, come and watch the games live. The action dito sa Marikina Sports Complex.
Tama, mukhang mahaba-haba pa nga itong game natin, ano ba, Sheila?
Off the block, Eslapor. With a drop, nabasa ni Nolasco. Down the line, did not work for Quezon as Eslapor tries, still a no-go. Nolasco from the middle, angat. Full swing, but rejected by Sam Nolasco.
Nolasco really establishing her presence ngayon dito sa game, dominating the net nga kumbaga. As you can see, saradong-sarado yung block. Of course, in tandem naman with Basarte over there. Just a great tandem sa kanila overall.
Crisostomo setting this one to Papa from the back. Then Singh picking it up. One-hand dig, and that's too much para kay Iya Kimzon.
Great effort there. Talagang, they did try to track the ball kung saan man siya mapunta, pero yun lang talaga, pag sumasabit, pag tumatama na sa net, mahirap na talagang basahin kung ano magiging trajectory niya from there.
Service error given up by Quezon.
Pasay now up by 3 points here as Eslapor takes her place at the service line.
10 serving 7. Service is out.
Good intention there to put the ball nga doon sa sideline, pero sumobra lang ng konti.
Team captain Basarte on deck for Quezon. A sharp one. To the middle. Nabasa yan ng Quezon. Chansa para sa Pasay. Puzon. Goes to the open. Papa. Did she get that point? And yes, she did.
Papa's patience there really paying off. You can see her eyes did not leave the ball for a second talaga. There was also no hesitation on her end. Nakita niya that ball was in front of her and she really just went for that power tip nga kumbaga to the other side of the net.
Well, court awareness, nakita natin in that last sequence from Papa. She knows exactly where to put the ball. Very rare error committed at the service area by Venice Puzon. Ash Yeses serving, 9 serving 11. Puzon, bibigay kay Papa off the blocked. Papa tries again. Basarte to the middle. And Inocentes just wiping it off the blockers of Pasay.
Ayun nga sinasabi nila na, you know what, kung matangkad yung blockers in front of you, marami namang ways to score and we are seeing Quezon Tangerines making the most out of itong mga off the hands na mga shots.
Good first ball. Puzon to Papa with a drop. Picked up. Basate with a free ball. One more time and she's rejected. Goes to the other side. Kimzon over the blockers. Drop ball to the middle. And Kyle Yases getting another point. Taking now that 11th and we are tied.
Ang ganda lang talaga ng court vision ni Kyle Yeses on that point. You can see na iwasan niya yung blockers while also at the same time putting it right in that exact spot na walang tao dito sa court ng Pasay.
Time out muna tayo by Pasay.
Pupunto sila ng tatlo, hindi pwede ganon. Nag-i-start tayo sa error natin, tapos hindi na natin babauhin agad. Nag-error kayo, trabahuin nyo.
Abanto not happy in that last 3 points gained by Quezon.
Ika nga ni Coach, it's the errors nila na kailangan nilang bawasan because pag nagsunod-sunod na yung errors nila, hindi sila nakabawi. It can actually affect not just yung laro, pero yung mentality na rin ng players dito on the court eh.
Pinaghirapan nila yung puntos na yun, no? Pero nabawi agad ng Quezon. And what a response after that timeout called by the Lady Voyagers.
Kim Son with that patience talaga in just hitting the ball at the right time, ano?
Sharp serve. Then Singh hits and picked up. May antipuesto. Papa will attempt. Is a no-go. Velasco with a drop. Nabase ni Cabalsa. And still up. Free for Quezon. And that is the drop ball that will give Quezon their 12-point. Tied na naman po tayo.
But of course, great effort din dito sa Pasay. We really saw yung scramble nila not just once, not just twice, but even thrice, ano, na everyone diving after that ball.
Inocente serves. Crisostomo with a good first ball. Cabalsa just, hitting that ball with all might. Crosses the net and falls on the floor of Quezon.
Ang bilis ng approach ni Cabalsa doon. She was really running to get that set, really eager to get that point to put Pasay once again in the lead.
Easy error, rather easy point given up by Pasay.
We are tied at 13 all with Densing from Quezon Tangerine serving.
Puzon, back quick. Picked up right there, Basarte to Nolasco. Cabalsa goes to the open. Estapor did not work. And off the block, rather bantay yung atake ni Lieses in that last sequence.
Yes, she did not put enough force dun sa kanyang bola. No? She thought that an easy ball could make it over. Pero alam nga natin na very sarado naman din itong blocking ng Pasay. And that kind of thing won't do.
Nolasco with a quick response. Good adjustment right there. Puzon goes to Cabalsa from the opposite. Nakuha ni Densing. Cross court. Puto, sabi ni Crisostomo. Eslapor. Another one. Off the block, off speed. That is a smart hit from Ash Lieses. Everybody was expecting a hard hit in that last sequence.
You know, we've been seeing, it's a pattern dito sa game natin today, na yung mga malalakas na spike, napipick up yan. Ang galing ng depensa nila, but it's actually these smart placements, these smart plays na medyo sila nahihirapan dun eh. On both sides of the court.
That's correct. Tough angle, but that will work for Eureka Estapor.
Estapor talaga very untiring sa kanyang mga attack attempts, and this time it bears fruit.
At yan din yung skill niya, I believe, sa tagal niya nag-beach volley. Yung mga iwas-iwas na yan sa beach volley yan na nakukuha. And Sam Nolasco showed her version of an attack. Kaya naman sila ang magdadala sa atin dito sa second technical timeout, 16-15.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy! Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Back inside the Marikina Sports Complex. And that was this game's community camp powered by PusoP.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Yes, ang daming energy. Siyempre, ang init ng laro natin ngayon as Puzon sets this to the middle. Did not get a point. Pupunta naman siya kay Estapor. Down the line. Still no go. Crisostomo reading that off speed. Estapor tries. Hindi pa rin. And that version of Ash Lieses works for Quezon Tangerines.
Really great hit there by Ash Lieses. Talagang just using the blockers, using the angle na kaya talaga niya. And you know what? We also have talaga to give credits kay Basarte. Great connection with her hitters talaga.
Another error committed by the Lady Voyagers. Nolasco serving for Quezon Tangerines, and she already has 12 points at this part of the game.
Nolasco, very consistent presence talaga ever since na pinasok siya dito sa game natin. Not only of course yung height, but she also has yung skill, yung speed niya sa mga atake niya.
Service is by Nolasco, 13 points.
At this point, na-complete na niya, no? Yung ABS with attacks, naka-block na siya. Ngayon, meron na rin siyang service ace.
Palitan ng tao sa Lady Voyager, Semana, papasok at Urdas. Replacing Kimzon and Puzon.
Let's see kung ito nga yung spark na kailangan ng Pasay. Hindi naman nalalayo, 15-19. Kaya pang habulin talaga yan.
It's the effort of Quezon and the errors of Pasay giving Quezon these points. Semana to Urdas. And parang nagulat pa siya doon sa atake na yon. But still, nonetheless, it's a point for the Voyagers.
As a coach, parang that's what you want to see. Ano? Nakakapasok mo pa lang sa player mo, tapos nag-bear fruit na agad yung substitution na ginawa mo. But of course, you can also credit that sa syempre experience ni Urdas na kahit saang parte mo siya ng laro ipasok, kaya niya nang walang kaba.
Sharp serve. Drop na base yan dito ng Pasay. Goes to the open, down the line. And there's checked.
Palong-palo, dinig mo talaga yung contact ng Paul Milieses doon to the ball to just send that ball perfectly in between the blocker's hands. Ayan, tingnan nga natin po dito.
That is her 9th point for this match as Urdas hits this cross court. Kinuha ni Densing. Aatake off the block. Excellent anticipation at the net by Inocentes.
Just a snap of the wrist there, ano? Pero talagang, as you have said, it's really the reflexes and yung awareness to just hit that ball. Antipuesto, seeing yung intention doon ni Inocentes, but of course, just a bit late to actually get her hands on that ball.
Urdas to the open. That is just too close and too low to hit for Papa. At dahil lumalaki na nga ang kalamangan dito ng Quezon, napatawag ng timeout si Coach Kuya Abato. Pakinggan natin.
Alam mo yung nangyari? Error lang natin. Kasi ang score kanina, 11-7. Napako tayo sa 11. Gawa ng service error. Nabawi niya.
I like how Coach Koya pointed out, you know, apart from the effort displayed by Quezon, it's their errors talaga ang nagbibigay dito ng puntos ng ganong kadali.
Tama, talagang in-emphasize niya lang talaga na it's really that point na they have to fix. She actually didn't mention anything else. Hindi naman siya nagsabi mag-adjust sa blocks na hindi sila dumedepensa on nagko-cover. But it's really just they need to gain back the composure that they showed nung set 1.
Well, you say composure, that's not what we saw in that last sequence. Communication was clearly absent in that last setup. Napakamot na lang si Coach Koya. And Quezon, 23 serving 16. Too big. Papa, solo block by Inocentes.
We can see nga here, Quezon Tangerines, no intention of slowing down dito sa kanilang momentum that they got. And itong Pasay mukhang still haven't gained their footing simula nung may fraying na nga sa kanilang edges.
Semana, Urdas with a drop to the backcourt of Quezon.
Hindi pa tapos because the Pasay Tangerines have still some time to regain their footing and fight back.
Denise Puzon serving for the Lady Voyagers. A sharp one. Combination play and Katarig takes care of business. The veteran earning their 25th point and showing everybody how she does things. And this is a Quezon Tangerines taking on set number 3. We are now 2-1 and set number 4 when we return.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
$17.25 at Quezon nga ang nanalo sa ating set number 3, Jillian. You know, again, in the first part of the match, it was kind of seesaw battle. But after that second technical timeout, dito na nagtuloy-tuloy ang puntos at umeffort etong Quezon Tangerines. Mas napadali pa yung trabaho nila because of the errors at easy points na binibigay dito ng Pasay.
Yes nga, as you mentioned, it really is a consistency nitong Quezon Tangerines. And on the opposite side of the net nga, we are not seeing the momentum building up sa Pasay because of the errors nga nila.
And of course, you can see contributions from different players. Definitely, you have Nolasco already, and then Sing Inocentes, the Lieses sisters, and of course, the veteran Katarig getting their last point for set number 3.
Now, let's look at our statistics here. For the first time in 3 sets, nanlamang itong Quezon Tangerines sa blocks natin. Lamang din sila sa attacks. And ayun nga, as we have mentioned nga, mas marami talagang errors na napamigay itong Pasay Lady Voyagers. But again, looking at the statistics naman, hindi naman masyadong nalalayo. Kumbaga na it's not something na hindi kayang i-surmount nitong Pasay Lady Voyagers and make up for here in the set 4.
But Pasay Lady Voyagers, you know, kanina, they're composed. Yung momentum nila nasa kanila, not until mabawi ito ng Quezon Tangerines. And of course, we have to commend the contributions of the players on the side of Pasay. First, Papaw, double digits at 13. Cabalsa with 9 points on the board. Para naman dito sa Tangerines, Ash Lieses having 9. Nolasco, double digits at 12. Then Sing Inocentes and Kyle Lieses all have 7 points. Kaya naman mas makikita mo yung team effort dito ng Quezon Tangerines.
Really is the depth of their bench na kahit sino ngang ipasok sa court, they will deliver.
Urdas as a starter for Pasay in this set. And error committed by the Lady Voyagers. First point for set number 4 para sa Quezon Tangerines.
Mukhang hindi pa nila na shake off nga itong parang pagiging prone nila sa errors since set 2.
Basarte to the middle, picked up by Crisostomo. Papa over the blockers, did not work. From the back with a drop, Urdas tries, and you will love that aggressiveness at the net.
She just really went for it talaga. Quezon Tangerines not ready for yung sudden decisive swing doon ni Urdas.
But kailangan nila na magdoble ng effort dahil, Quezon already has 2 sets. As Urdas will try and off-speed. Angat ni Lieses. Then Sing. Nandun si Urdas. Papa! Again, over the blockers.
I think we will be hearing her name a lot ulit dito sa set 4 na ito. Really, really great swing dun from Papa.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now.
And that serve went out, sailed out nga. Akala nga nitong Pasay Lady Voyagers that mapasok siya. Parang kita mo talaga yung hinayang dun sa mukha because they are starting to be intentional now with where they are placing their serves.
Service ace for Quezon Tangerines.
The Lieses sisters just being so effective today, and that was Ash Lieses with that beautiful service ace dun lang sa pocket corner of the court.
Who's on? Then Singh tries over the blockers, and that is a point.
Parang medyo tumahimik itong
Yes.
si Densing actually. But now let's see if she can get her engine revved up again. Kita mo talaga yung flick of her wrist doon as she sent that ball down.
Ganda rin ang timing. Quezon having a 2-point lead. That is out.
Pero kita mo naman dito sa Quezon Tangerines, they know they're leading. Pero kita mo yung hinayang sa bawat point na nabibigay nila on the other side of the net. And I think that's really what we need to see din from Pasay right now, na they really just have to get into their game.
That's correct. They need to exert more effort for the Lady Voyagers. We are tied at 4. And Papa on deck. Basarte. Wow, rejected. Good coverage. Then Singh on the other side. There was a check. At walang kumuha sa side ng Lady Voyagers.
Then Singh from the right side, just a very powerful weapon for the Quezon Tangerines. Kita naman natin, may dalawang blockers who tried to stop her, but still, she managed to get that ball through and score that point.
Full swing, but blocked. Urdas will attempt. A sharp hit, but that's a pickup. Eslapor putting too much effort in that hit, but still nabantayan niya ni Lolasco at Densing.
I think that ball even hit her face on the way down. Ayun na nga. But still, of course, kita naman natin na really Eslapor has been trying to get those points for the team. Talon talaga ng talon, really just taking every opportunity to spike.
That's just too high of a set. Good timing at the block for Urdas. Then Singh with her left picked up. Urdas tries. And Lady Voyagers celebrating after that 1 point earned.
Or das parang again in disbelief dun sa puntos na nakuha niya. No? Na parang talagang pinipitik niya lang talaga yung bola as she sees fit. And you know what? That's good enough. Oh, ayun na naman. With that signature na bungisis niya. No?
Sharp attack. Balieses. Quick response. Quezon leading by 2. Densing serving for the Tangerines. Good first ball. And that will work para dito sa Lady Voyagers. And that's the first appearance here of PB Astilla.
Kinonvert agad nga nitong si Astile into a point for her team. Talagang just swinging and getting that ball off the hands ng blockers ng ng Quezon rather.
Almost an ace. Then Sing attacks from the back. Puzon, bibigay kay Eslapor. Oh, that's Astilia. Is it?
I think it was Eslapor from the left side of the court. Ayan.
Yeah, clearly that is Eslapor hitting that down the line.
Alam mo sa forma tsaka sa approach niya actually that it's Eslapor, that very signature, very graceful yet solid na approach niya.
Ang bilis ng reaction doon. Papa getting that point from the back.
Pasay now in the lead.
Yes, finally having that 1-point lead after a while because of that back row hit of Papa. First technical timeout, Pasay 8-7.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You are still watching the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, Aya Dinsing has become the heart and soul of the Quezon Tangerines. She may be quiet, but her leadership skills speak volumes, as she always likes to lead by example. For her, leadership means accountability. She's always the first to correct her teammates when needed and just as open to being corrected herself. Now, it's that trust and honesty that have helped build their team's strong bond. But more than anything, Aya draws her strength from her faith, her family, and of course, the people who believe in her. Coming from the province, playing here in Manila has always been a dream. Not just hers, but her family's too. Sabi nga niya, natuwang-tuwa ang pamilya niya tuwing nakikita siya sa TV. There's so much pride going around knowing just how far she's come. Now for Aya, every win, every game isn't just for her team, it's also for her family and for the dream that they've all shared together that's now become her reality. Back to you, Sheila and Jalan.
Of course, kung ikaw ba naman ay nakakakuha ng suporta sa iyong pamilya, I mean, there will be no other factor that will motivate you, diba, other than your family.
Agreed. Kasi alam mo, even if you do come home with a win or a loss, alam mo na yung pamilya mo will always be proud of that performance that you put up, ano?
And I like that when she said, nakikita sa TV, you know, that's how proud kung makita siya ng kanyang family. At syempre, lalo na ngayon, ang ganda ng nilalaro at the beginning of the game nito ni Dinsing. Meanwhile, back to the game, pinabayaan lang yung drop ball na yon, but it's a good eye for Sam Nolasco.
Nolasco once again just making use of her height. Over the blockers, you can see Nolasco not even jumping as high, pero her reach lang talaga kasi is really that superior.
Who's on with a drop? Ibinalik agad ni Basarte from one setter to another.
You can see napaka-relax ni Basarte as she put that ball over. Nandun talaga yung intent. She knew what she had to do and she executed it so well. Talaga saktong-sakto yung placement. Pasay knowing, sayang yun on their end talaga.
It's really awareness, court awareness. But that time, that touches the floor. Papa adding another point on the board. That's her 16th point.
You can see talaga, I think dito tayo nagkakatalo sa both teams. Papa is definitely leading sa scoring nga nitong Pasay natin, whereas we can see sa side ng Quezon Tangerines, medyo mas distributed, kumbaga yung points natin. But, I mean, Papa is really doing great work. And if that works for Pasay, well, then wala mo namang problema doon.
That's correct. All about consistency here. And as I say that, it's consistency on the offensive part para dito sa Lieses kay Ash Lieses. (11 serving 10). Puzon to Urdas. There was a whistle called against the Tangerines Pabalik sa Pasay ang bola.
Now, I think we're starting to see parang a more balanced, kumbaga, na labanan on both sides of the court. Ngayon that errors are lessened.
On the side of Pasay, lalo na as Puson sets this one to Papa. You
Ang bilis
see that
talaga.
reflexes. Nakita mo from the block, ang bilis ng atras niya as she is anticipating that Puson will set that ball to her.
Ang bilis talaga ng swing ni Papa, and that is reflected talaga in her ball. We have been saying that she is the top scorer. Pasay has been relying on her to score, and if she's delivering, well then that just might be the key for
And
Pasay to
yes.
take the set and survive another day.
You mentioned delivering on the other side. That is Ash Lieses hitting that down the line from the opposite. Probably her 10th point for this match.
Kung itong si Papa from Pasay, no, very cross-court ang kanyang weapon, we can see Quezon Tangerines making use of those DPLs na.
We saw Astilia's version of an attack with too much power. Ang ganda ng timing, ang ganda ng setup. The blockers of Quezon were just a bit far from the net.
Agreed na ilusot nga ni Astilia yung bola doon.
Kataring tries, picked up by Papa. Puzon sets this one to Eslapor with another tough angle. Consecutive points earned here. Pinagtrabahuhan ng Voyagers.
We are seeing the sparks come to life na naman nga dito sa Pasay Voyagers natin. Nagtatrabaho na nga itong mga hitters nila. They are really, kumbaga, picking up the pace.
That's right. Excellent block for the Voyagers. Tries the other side. Nandun si Puzon. Acepcion gives this one to Ordas. She's rejected. Tries Papa from the back with a drop, and that is successful.
And that works for Papa. Her approach was there. Yung timing nga lang nung pag-hit ng bola. Not as perfect as she would have liked probably. Pero nga because nandun naman yung enough force, the ball still sailed over the net. And you know what? Lady Luck was there on
Yes.
their side.
I think that's her intention. Muntik nang kapusin pero sumabit lang talaga sa net. But still, it's a point. Basarte goes to Katarig off the block. Puzon to Ordas. And she sees that angle.
Ang ganda sana talaga ng back set doon kay Ordas. The angle was taken there pero sumobra nga
Yes.
lang talaga.
Too much angle in that last hit. She was obviously avoiding the blockers in that last setup. Fif 13 serving 15. Puzon goes to Eslapor on the other side. Angat Lieses off the block, and there was a whistle against the Lady Voyagers. 2 straight points earned here by Quezon.
Yan na nga, dumidikit pa rin talaga nga yung laban natin dito. Lieses going for that off the block hit and getting it.
Puzon to the middle with a drop. Basarte kay Nolasco. Nakuha yan. Urdas. Eslapor using her right, but that is just too close to the net for Eslapor.
Both teams scrambling dun nga to get that ball. Medyo may confusion on both sides of the net, pero in the end, nagwagi naman sa points itong si Quezon Tangerines, and they were able to just hold it together.
Yes. Napatawag ng timeout ang Pasay dahil we are tied at 15. Hard-earned point displayed by Quezon. At kaya naman tayo ay tabla at this part of the match. But earlier, Nakita rin naman natin yung pinakitang effort ng Pasay. But makabawi lang talaga itong Tangerines as Basate sets this one to Nolasco, smashing down from the middle.
You can see how high Nolasco's point of contact is, ano? Just from above, just sending it in a straight line down.
Second technical timeout. Quezon on top with 1 point.
Only plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Marikina Sports Complex. And you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. MPVA is also powered by Smart, the official telco partner. And thank you to our media partner Smart Sports at Puso Pilipinas. Papa, very rare error. Just hitting that ball towards the net.
Papa trying to attack again from the back row as it has been effective for her for the past few points, pero nakabantay nga doon si Nolasco.
Free ball for Quezon. Basarte to Nolasco with a slide, did not work. Puzon sets this one to Eslapor. She was blocked. Bantay na itong atake ni Eslapor. And Quezon, just like that, taking over the lead already. Having 3 points.
Talagang Pasay trying their best to cover that, pero solido lang talaga yung blocking tandem ni Katalig at ni Nolasco there.
Dagdag mo pa ang service ace, making their lead up to 4 this part of the game. Gagamit ulit ng timeout ang Pasay Lady Voyagers. Let's listen in. Pero Julia, what do you think that kanina nakalamang na dito ang Pasay, nabawi ng Quezon. But this time, ang laki na o lumalaki na nga itong kalamangan ng Quezon. What happened that that's part of the game?
You know what, I think when it comes to Pasay in this game, babalik at babalik tayo dun sa issue of their errors. Nung wala silang errors, they could keep a steady momentum. Pero nung hindi na ulit nagmamatch quite well yung sets doon sa mga spikers natin, medyo we can once again see yung fraying dito sa edges ng Pasay. Pero we'll see, kumbaga, kung kaya pa ba nila habulin to, because after all, they do have very skilled players here on the court today.
That's correct. Crisostomo with a good first ball. Good coverage by Quezon. Wow, what a hit from Ash Lieses.
2 blockers, no problem for her as she just hits that ball straight into their hands. Yun nga, the force of that ball talaga unstoppable.
Sharp serve. Puzon goes to Deflem Pantino. She's rejected. This time naman si Ordaz, but still blocked. Wow. Talagang walang makakapasok sa court ng Quezon.
Very
Nolasco, Lieses, and Katarig in front.
Very strong rotation talaga for Quezon ito in terms of net defense.
Pero yon nakalusot courtesy of Pantino Deflem.
Pantino Deflem, medyo tumahimik actually siya for these past rallies, but once again, she's putting her name on the board as she just sends that ball right into the hands nga nitong Quezon Tangerines.
Kanina kasi on the floor, you have Eslapor, you have the younger players for Pasay, but now balik Himzon, the Flem, and they needed a tall lineup in front para dito sa Pasay. Semana pupunta kay Pantino de Flem, cross court, angat ni Dorog. Lieses off the block, and everyone on the side of Pasay just looking at each other after that hit from Lieses.
Everyone in Pasay just running to that ball sabay-sabay.
Yes.
Pero, unfortunately, they did not make it in time.
Yeah, no one wants to fully commit. Attack from the back did not work for Pasay. Nolasco was dug. One hand by Semana, and that is a violation called against the Lady Voyagers.
Medyo dun nga nahihirapan, I think, ngayon yung Lady Voyagers. They don't really have the same height at the net ng Quezon ngayon. Kaya when it comes to battles at the net, medyo nalalamangan sila dun. Nahihirapan sila to take control of the ball.
Nolasco is unstoppable in front. However, a whistle was called. Laban sa Quezon Tangerines.
Let's see what happened there.
And that's overreaching, according to our officials. Clearly, too much aggressive at that time for Nolasco, but they are already at match point. But Astilia serving for Pasay. And that is it. It was Kyle Lieses getting that point.
Scoring that last point with a hit.
Yes. Well, let me just correct our score. This is 24 for Quezon. Semana setting this one to Himzon with a running attack, but that is just too wide. And converting to a point para dito sa Quezon Tangerines. And that's it. The girls in orange and black taking on the girls in white and pink for our first match. It's Quezon Tangerines winning this game in 4 sets. And nakita natin the Quezon Tangerines, when they really get their rhythm, their groove, hindi na sila mapigilan dito ng Pasay. But on the other side for Pasay, nakakalamang na sila sa unang part of this set. However, it was completely the effort displayed here, and I believe the confidence na meron itong Quezon Tangerines. Kaya naman ganun sila nakabalik at mabawi ang kalamangan, maitabla at maipanalo pa itong laro na ito. Jilan.
Indeed, Quezon Tangerines firing from all cylinders today, whereas itong Pasay, although good effort from their side, really couldn't take control
That's
of
correct.
the game.
25-17 is the score for set number 4. We will bring you the highlights and our best player sa aming pagbabalik.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Unli projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Unli 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
18-25, 25-16, 25-17, 25-17. Anyan nga ang nangyari sa laro sa pagitan ng Pasay Lady Voyagers at Quezon Tangerines. And we've seen a lot of players really contributed on the result of this match on the side of the Quezon Tangerines, and they extend their winning streak to 6 matches. Pero this girl just really showed superiority on the floor in all departments, Jillian.
I think hindi nawala talaga yung pangalan niya sa ating mga bibig ever since na pinasok siya dito sa court. And that is no other than, of course, si Samantha Nolasco.
And she's now with Fiona Bacani at the sidelines para sa ating Queen of the Court.
Ayan, so kasama nga po natin ngayon ang ating Queen of the Court, none other than Sam Nolasco. Sam, congratulations! Alam ko hindi naging madali ang laban na to. Dikit ng dikit sa inyo itong Pasay. Nung first set at lumamang sila, nanalo sila, anong tumatakbo sa isip mo nun?
Yung tumatakbo po sa isip namin yung mga reminders ni Coach Onyo kasi sabi niya po sa amin, aggressive nga po yung kalaban namin. So dapat namin doblehin yung aggressiveness na binibigay namin sa court. And yun po, nakita naman po sa second set na bumabawi talaga kami and mas nag-e-effort pa.
Ngayon naman, Sam, kitang-kita talaga yung leadership mo. Talagang nagsashine siya throughout the court, even during the huddles. So ikaw naman bilang isang veterano sa team, sa mga difficult moments na ganun, ano usually yung sinasabi mo sa sarili mo tsaka sa teammates mo para mag-refocus at maipanalo ang mga laban nyo?
Sinasabihan ko lang po sila na magtiwala lang po sa sarili nila. And of course, sa sarili ko rin po kasi bilang seniors din po, need ko po sila pakalmahin and maano po namin yung group namin sa loob ng court. Yun po.
Ngayon naman, Sam, meron ka pa bang gustong batiin ng mga nanonood sa'yo, friends, family, supporters?
Una-una po, binabati ko po yung Quezon Province and sila Gob po, Tan Family, SJA Family, Biniljan Community, and sa mga family namin na sumusuporta po. Yun po, thank you.
Ayan, so thank you and congratulations once again to Sam Nolasco and of course the rest of our Quezon Tangerines, our defending champions who just got their 6th straight win. Now, definitely more of this in round 2, but for now, that's all from us over here. Back to you, Jelan and Sheila.
Congratulations once again to our Queen of the Court, Sam Nolasco, and of course, thank you so much, Fiona Bacani. And this girl continues to make an impact for Quezon. Kaya naman tuloy-tuloy ang panalo nitong Tangerines as we give you our game highlights, and here are your Smart's powered up plays brought to you by Smart Only 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now. Balikan natin na naging laro nitong Pasay at Quezon Jilan. Sa unang set, nakita natin it was Pasay winning that one, and syempre ang ganda nung naging simula nila. We have the more veteran players on the floor. Nakuha nila yung kumpiyansa sa laro na to. But still, pagdating naman natin ng set number 2,
I think pagdating ng set number 2, dito talaga umarangkada itong si Quezon Tangerines. We could see them firing from the left, from the right, from the middle. Ganda ng net defense, ganda ng floor defense. Just, I think, I wouldn't say naman talaga na very halata na sila yung mananalo dito sa match natin na to. But it was an unquestionable win.
That's
Either
correct.
way.
Yes, with everyone on the floor pitching in and delivering pagdating sa opensa at depensa. At dito nila naunahan itong Lady Voyagers, kaya naman nakuha nila ang set number 2. Moving on to the third set, this time yung simula ng set natin, it was in favor of the Lady Voyagers, and we've seen them, working hard between the two departments, offense and defense. Pagdating ng second technical timeout, eto na. Actually, ang nangyari sa laro, it was, a different ball game. It changed pagdating do sa parte ng laro na yon.
Yes, idiniin nga talaga ni Coach Koya again and again sa bawat timeout nila there on out na it's really their errors na kailangan nilang bawasan.
That's correct. Pagdating naman sa set number 4, when they say babawi sila, ito na, Quezon was unstoppable at this part of the match already. Although nakikita natin since set number 1, nagiging seesaw battle yung umpisang part ng every set. But still, pagdating towards the end of every set, doon na unti-unting kinukuha ng Quezon Tangerines yung kanilang kumpiyansa. And we've seen how they displayed double, triple effort on the floor, and you have everybody just really showing, their talent. You have the Lieses sisters and Nolasco on the other side. Pagdating naman dito sa Pasay,
well, sa Pasay, of course, it's not naman talaga for lack of effort on their end. Kasi nakita talaga nating lumaban sila, and leading the charge there for them was si Papa nga dito. Very unstoppable with her cross-court hits.
that's correct. Hindi din natin dapat kalimutan si Densing, who really showed the good performance at the beginning of the game. But looking at the stats between these two teams, Jillian,
Yan, may kita nga natin, really, Quezon Tangerines in attacks lamang sila. Blocks, medyo pareho lang naman, but in the end, lumamang ng isa itong Quezon Tangerines. In aces, again, they also won in that aspect. And yun na nga, sinasabi nating errors. Although looking at the whole story of the match, hindi naman din masyadong nagkakalayo. Both teams also gave some errors, although mas naging costly lang in the end ng Pasay Lady
in all
Voyagers.
departments lamang ang Quezon kahit sa errors, pero nabawi nila yon pagdating sa opensa, and I think that was how their game went, dahil kaya nila nga bawiin yung kanilang mga errors at the end. Of course, and syempre, hindi pa dyan nagtatapos ang ating volleyball action dahil meron pa tayong second game, and for our second game, World City College's Marikina Lady Shoe Masters ang host, kakalabanin ang Dasmariñas City Monarchs. Kaya naman mga volleyball fans, stay tuned dahil magbabalik pa rin ang Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association.